A family called my house fire my own fault and refused to help. Then the arson report exposed who. Hook opening. The first thing I smelled wasn't smoke. It was gasoline. Not the faint scent you catch at a crowded gas station, but the sharp, unmistakable odor of fuel soaking into wood. I opened my eyes just after 2 in the morning, confused by the strange smell filling my bedroom. For a second, I thought I was dreaming. Then the fire alarm screamed. A wave of heat slammed into my face as I jumped out of bed. Orange light flickered beneath my bedroom door, dancing across the walls like something alive. My heart stopped. My house is on fire. I grabbed my phone and rushed toward the window. Thick black smoke poured through the hallway, making it impossible to reach the front door. I smashed the bedroom window with a chair. The freezing night air hit my face just as flames exploded through the living room. I climbed onto the roof and jumped into the snow-covered yard below. Seconds later, my entire home became an inferno. Neighbors rushed outside. Someone wrapped a blanket around my shoulders while another person called 911. I stood there barefoot, shaking uncontrollably, watching everything I had spent 10 years building disappear into flames. My photographs. My late husband's letters. My mother's old piano. Every memory I owned. Gone. The firefighters worked for nearly 3 hours before the flames were finally under control. As dawn broke, all that remained was a black skeleton of what had once been my home. I had nowhere to go. So I did what almost anyone would do. I called my family. My older brother answered first. His voice sounded annoyed. What? I could barely speak. My house burned down. I almost died. Silence. Then he sighed. Well, maybe this is what happens when you refuse to listen to people. I blinked. What? You've always been stubborn, Emma. You bought that old house even after Dad warned you. I stared at the smoking ruins behind me. I need somewhere to stay. No. The word came without hesitation. I have kids. Then he hung up. I thought maybe he was just shocked. So I called my parents. My mother answered. Before I could finish explaining, she interrupted. We heard. Relief washed over me. Can I stay with you for a few days? Another silence. Then my father spoke from somewhere behind her. Tell her no. My mother lowered her voice. Your father thinks this is your responsibility. My responsibility, I whispered. You chose that house. It caught fire. We can't keep rescuing you from your own decisions. The call ended. I stood frozen. Not because of the cold. Because I suddenly realized I had no family left. By noon, every relative knew about the fire. None of them called. None of them offered a spare bedroom. Not even a blanket. Instead, they posted Bible verses about living with the consequences of poor choices. One cousin even wrote online. Sometimes people create their own disasters. Hundreds of strangers liked the post. I cried harder reading that than I had while watching my house burn. For the next week, I lived in a cheap motel paid for by emergency assistance. The insurance company began its investigation. Everyone assumed it had been faulty wiring. Even I believed that, until Detective Harris knocked on my motel room door. He wasn't smiling. He placed a thick folder on the table. Mrs. Carter, yes, we've completed the preliminary fire investigation. I swallowed. And, he looked directly into my eyes. It wasn't an accident. My blood ran cold. What do you mean? He opened the folder. Several photographs showed burn patterns spreading across the living room floor. Then another image. A broken gasoline container. Recovered from behind my house. Detective Harris folded his hands. Someone intentionally set your home on fire. The room started spinning. I couldn't breathe. Are you saying? He nodded slowly. This was arson. I felt sick. Someone hadn't just wanted to destroy my house. Someone had wanted me inside it. And before another week passed, the investigation uncovered a name. A name that would destroy everything my family believed. And expose the one person who had smiled at me while secretly planning my funeral.